You gotta do better than that. Are you ready? Here we go. We are getting ready for the very first match. Robbie Karstendiek versus Coach Ray, Raimonds Liepins. Let's send it over to the video package.
My name is Robbie Karstendiek. I'm 29 years old.
My name is Raimonds. Most people on the planet Earth knows me as Coach Ray.
I think I have to go inside with Coach Ray, hook to hook. I think I'm stronger than him. I think I still have a good top roll, and I can beat him either way.
Everyone says that he's strong, but it's a kind of interesting thing in arm wrestling to say someone is strong, right? Strong where? I think technically I am better, I have way more options, but I think if you allow him to get to where he wants to get, he's very hard to deal with.
If I beat him, it's really going to put me on the map. This is definitely the biggest match of my career. King of the Table 10 is the pinnacle of arm wrestling, as well as East versus West. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm just ready to prove to the world that I belong here. Coach Ray, I hope you brought your A game, because it's going to be a war. You know, I think I'm going to win.
I'm ready to go to depths of hell to see what makes me as an arm wrestler, and I'm ready to show you the same thing.
Modern day gladiators are ready to go, and our first contestant here at King of the Table 10, he has come all the way from the United States of America. He is ready to rock and roll. He was the one that asked for this match. Ladies and gentlemen, it's go time! Our first athlete is the Renegade, Robbie Karstendiek! There it is. Robbie is ready to rock and roll on the table. Let's bring in his opponent. He is a Latvian superstar. He is everybody's favorite coach, and he is ready to teach a lesson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the table, Coach Ray Raimonds Liepins.
Okay, we got Coach Ray here, 34 years old, 170 centimeters tall, 89.6 kg, biceps 40 centimeters and forearms 42 centimeters big. Wow. Hey, stacked, man. My boy Coach Ray over here is stacked up. Look at these guys getting hyped up. Both thick dudes, but I imagine this is going to be an inside match. I mean, they're built for inside pulling. Like to see Robbie setting up here with his leg wrapped around the table. Really, that's a normal setup to be able to drive sideways. That's a side pressure setup. Ray's getting up a little more vertical. I think he's going to try to exercise his options and see how the hand feels before committing inside.
Do you think Robbie's ready? He wanted this match. He called out Coach Ray. Do you think he's ready for the experienced one?
I mean, he's about to find out, to be honest. I mean, it's a little too late to be wondering, you know? So we're going to see if Robbie's everything that I've heard he is. A little bit of nerves.
Oh, see Ray moments before the go, just the desk there, and looked into Robbie's eye. I like competitor Ray, Derek. He looks focused. He looks ready to go. Both men are looking sharp. I wonder if the nerves will get to Robbie. Here we go. Ready, bang!
Okay, so Robbie's wrist bent back a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be the angle that he's going to make or break his match, right? The angle that they just hit in the wrist. So this straps, I believe that was just trying to escape. I believe they're both trying to go to straps. They knew it was going to go, so they let the wrist fold back a little bit. Now, the nerves on these guys, especially with Robbie, his first time being on this type of stage, I think they're being a little jumpy, right? It's first round. First round is very important as an arm wrestler. This is going to tell Robbie or Ray if they're in the ballgame, if they even should be on the table with the other one or not, right?
Yeah, I think the number one thing for Robbie in this thing is to protect his pronator. He wants to dive straight in to the hook. Ray just has all the answers here. This is looking to be an exciting match. We're in round one of King of the Table 10.
There it is. The ready go. It's coming up. I'm excited. It's launching the main event, the big event.
We go. Referee's giving the final thing. Bang! There it is! Robbie with the shoulder.
Wow, Robbie with an impressive surge. Interesting. So that they went to a hook, but Robbie's surge was more hand position. So he ate up Ray's pronation through his cup, through his wrist flexion, and then drove sideways. So it wasn't necessarily a bicep versus bicep type of hook. It was more of a rotational hook. So there can be a few different types of hooks. So imagine if you're watching this, having Ray do like a bicep curl and really attaching his wrist to Robbie's wrist. See, Ray tried to shoot in there, but with Robbie pushing down with his thumb and cupping his wrist, it ate up Ray's hand.
What a start. It is certainly shook, because when it came to the polls and all the experts and everything, everyone was locking in Coach Ray. So I'm going to put Coach Ray's hat on you, Derek. What do we do round 2?
Well, assuming Ray since he's a dedicated hook puller, I'm sure Ray has a few different tricks up his sleeve. Right, there's different grips he can take. There's a push-pass grip where Ray might be able to grip a little bit deeper around the back of Robbie's palm to force Robbie to connect his wrist to Ray's wrist, so that way he can go more bicep versus bicep and utilize his chest and shoulder if you think that's a dominant lane. Other than that, he could try top rolling, but Ray, I imagine Ray's going to try inside again. I don't think he'll try to run outside quite yet.
If you look at the very first King of the Table, Ray has been in this position before, so it won't be long for him to work it out. You can see the studying from Ray, the laser focus. Robbie's got his lane now, and I can imagine the cobwebs are out, and the confidence is absolutely brewing for Robbie in round number 2. As they line up here.
Ray's hitting knuckles high. He might just be going back to the straps, or this is a top row setup. Yeah. Basically, they're both going to the straps for that set. Now, I'm interested to see how Ray's going to set up for this one. I imagine Robbie's going to go back to what he just did because he had a lead for victory. And then we'll see how Ray wants to play this.
I like it a lot. So as the strap is being applied, Robbie Karstendiek is full of confidence. Now Ray just needs to dominate the hand. If he can tire out Robbie's hand, because you were saying in round number 1 with the thumb pressing down and being able to control that, and it wasn't bicep on bicep, I thought that was brilliant. So for me, if Ray can tire out that hand, even get a little bit crafty, maybe go a couple of early ones. Give himself a couple of fouls just to tire Robbie out, because that explosive power will be really good to see if Robbie can back it up with endurance.
Yeah, you see how Ray's pushing forward with his pinky punching knuckle? He's pushing that forward, trying to get depth around the back of Robbie's hand so he can secure his wrist. He wants his wrist to touch Robbie's wrist. That's his goal, not be a hand fight. He wants to connect his arm to his arm, and that's the grip Ray's taking. So it's looking like another inside. Ray's jumping, switching up his grip last second.
Here we go. Ready, bang!
Ray's trying an outside option.
Now the containment is coming in the middle of the table. Ray looking in cruise control. I think he's going to burn Robbie out as much as possible there.
He's trying to put Robbie in deep water. Now Robbie's wrist getting compromised like that does get a lot.
Nice, Derek. Nice. The tables have turned now in this matchup. Great setup by Raimonds Liepins.
Ray utilizing his experience there. I mean, that was a fantastic adjustment. If you guys heard me talking, like last second, he switched his grip and started going for a low hand top roll, knowing that Robbie was going to really try to cinch in there and hook. That was a great adjustment by Ray. And then at the end, because he was able to stop Robbie and stop Robbie's surge, it enabled Ray to be able to transition to his own hook at the very end of the motion.
And just look at that surge there, as you were just talking about. The wrist has gone, the hand has gone, opened up the bicep, and bang. So now this is, I think I quite like the way the first 2 rounds have gone, Derek, because now this is where arm wrestlers have moments.
Right.
This is Robbie's moment. Went, started off with a bang, came out the gates, Ray re-educated, realigned, resurged, got himself back into round 2. Now I want to see Robbie do the same thing. I want to see where Robbie goes in round number 3. Well, Robbie doesn't look too phased here, Derek.
Right. He said in the video that he has a top roll. He said he has a top roll for Ray. So if Robbie really does have that option, I'm really interested to see how he's going to try to explore that, or if he's going to, now that his wrist has been compromised, which is an important thing to remember, his wrist was just bent back. And like I always say, a wrist is like a bottle cap. Once it's bent back, it's purposely bent back. And it's going to stay bent back for a while. So I'm interested to see if Robbie's going to try containing Ray again now that his wrist has been compromised, or if he's going to try an outside option.
No hand. It's all side. Yeah.
So, Ray's just got against you, Derek. He's just saying he's not a top roller. So,
oh no, Ray's not a top roller for sure. Robbie's
I think you were saying Robbie's not a top roller.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting there. Yeah, once again, Derek, you got it right. That higher setup from Ray.
Well, Robbie's setting up for a sideways motion. You see how he wraps that leg around the side of the table. That means he's setting up for a heavy side pressure. If he was setting for an outside move, his foot would be in front.
Here we go, round 3.
One warning, okay? Fast start.
Ready, Robbie, be ready.
One warning. One warning.
Warning to Coach Ray.
I'm thinking straps again. I'm thinking Ray setting up high.
Don't move. Go!
Oh,
He's
Ray
diving
goes
into a hook, and he's
oh.
kept it outside of the straps. Hey!
Man, Ray's
Coach
tricky.
Ray is taking control in this one. It's unbelievable. He's gone in and bang, taken it out of the straps. Really baited Robbie by the looks of it. He said he was setting up to go sideways. Talking about Robbie here, he was going sideways. And it looked like there was a bit of baiting from Ray. I like the way he was manoeuvring the fingers, as we see here in the replay. Just kind of baiting him in, caught him, and just rotated everything around. Bang! Coach Ray's now on 2-1.
Oh, man. Dude, Ray even tricked me. Hey, they've been slipping and going to the straps at the beginning of each round, and that's what I thought that was just going to be par for the course, but Ray switched it up on all of us. But now, so the options here for Robbie, I think, honestly, and if he does have an outside option, I would say he pursues that. The deep hook thing, I think Ray's arm is beating Robbie's arm. Robbie's bicep is currently failing, and his hand isn't being dominant anymore over Ray's. So I want to see him switch it up. If he has those options, I want to see Robbie try to switch it up a little bit. At this point, Ray's in pretty good control, and I'm not sure how Robbie's endurance is either.
Let's hope he has some endurance. I like the King of the Table 1 nostalgia there, as Mazahir Seydoux is in Ray's corner. And as you can see, Team Red Deer there, Matt Mask, is just giving some final orders there. Yeah, Robbie needs something now. This is now a real test for Robbie. He's just been baited. He's just been shocked. He's probably used to pulling straps all the time. And Ray said, no, I'm just going to show you, buddy, we can do it without the straps.
Now, the explosiveness was a big factor, especially in round 1 for Robbie. I think he really kind of caught Ray. Ray got caught off guard about how strong Robbie was, and Robbie hitting so hard. But this late into the game, I don't know if there's going to be any more of that going on.
Here we go. We're in round number 4. Ray's leading 2-1. Setups there.
Go!
Bang! Now they're deep into a hook. And Robbie's burning everything that he has there. Great catch by Ray. He's going to rotate him through the wrist and open up that hand. Robbie is trying everything, coming in for the press. But Ray looks in full control, Derek.
Yeah, his bicep was able to hold up, and Robbie wasn't able to hit hard enough at the beginning, not explosive enough. Now they're in Ray's zone right now. Ray's in total control. Now he's going to play, try to get it.
Oh, nice couple of stops there.
Keep going, keep going.
He's got it.
Yeah, you felt it.
The pin has happened. Nice one there. Nice little couple of stops there from Robbie. But yeah, I think now the energy, the tickets, they've been spent.
And it's not a world of difference. I mean, you could see Robbie was in it. Even when Ray's surging there, well, besides this last one right here, but even when Ray was surging, Robbie had something. There was some brakes being applied there, but it's just not enough. Not with Ray having that much control in the hand and in the positioning with his shoulder. I really would like to see some kind of outside option from Robbie if he has it. I'm really wondering, because he said he could top roll.
Well, let's see. You may as well. You're 3-1 there. You've been totally controlled in the last 3 rounds. It's do or die. No point going to the same tricks. Let's see what you got, Robbie.
Exactly.
Let's see how we get into this one.
I mean, you flew all this way. You don't want to leave here leaving any stone unturned. And if you have that stone, if you have the ability to top roll, take it out. Take it for a spin.
It's going to be brilliant. And for everyone watching on the pay-per-view, first of all, thank you so much for buying King of the Table 10 pay-per-view. Next match, Lachlan Adair, David Arabuli.
Oh, that's going to be a banger.
It is going to be brilliant. I tell you, all these people paid for a full seat, but they're all on the edge of it, especially for the next match. It's going to be good there. We need to get the cameras on the athletes, see what they're saying, see what the coaches are telling what to do. Ray is back to the table. Robbie Karstendiek. Do or die here. 3-1 down. I wonder if Ray will play with him or if he just wants to get the job over and done with.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, this is going to be sealing the deal for Ray. This is the last victory that'll put it away. So I imagine he'll probably go quick with it. I don't think he's the type to try to hold him and talk a bunch of trash.
I'll tell you what, though. Robbie goes full tilt. They're starting in the straps in round 5. I'm very excited. I want to see more of Robbie Karstendiek. I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about the way he's pulled the last 3 rounds because it is Coach Ray.
Yeah.
We know Coach Ray's calibre. We know what he can do on the table. We know he can adjust like a Swiss Army knife. Let's see how he goes here in round number 5.
Well, Robbie already setting up again, so with that leg, setting up to drive sideways. So his bottom half is showing inside movement and sideways. Now, the straps could add a different factor in terms of now you have access to your lat, right? Because that rope around your wrist will drag directly onto your lat. So it'll add a different dimension to a hook. So it may be with enough speed he could catch Ray off guard, but I mean, Ray's been in such control, I'm not sure.
Shoulder more. Shoulder.
Setups are there.
Like that.
Both
Rotate.
athletes very quiet. Here we go. Bang! There's the hit there, and all control goes to Coach Ray every which moment there, and he's just going to guide him to sleep on the table. Nice couple of stopping powers there from Robbie. Is he holding on for dear life?
Oh, that's strong to be able to stop Ray in that position. Definitely.
That's hard to teach that.
You want one more?
Wow. I mean, Robbie being able to stop Ray in those situations really shows he is at a level. I just think he needs to get a little more experience, tighten up a little bit of his other options, and then obviously as the nerves get dealt with, he'll be able to handle this a little bit better. But congratulations to Coach Ray over here having a dominant victory for the most part and taking home this King of the Table victory. This is big for my boy Ray over here. So excited to see who he's going to pull next. Who's going to be the next person to stand up there with Raimonds, Liepins and go to war. Going to the replay here, you got Ray just able to drive Robbie's bicep and his pronation failing him at the end. Slip going to the straps. There was one of these rounds here where Ray was able to catch him off guard and slam him into a hook. Oh, explosive aggression from Ray over and over again. Really exciting to see. Now, I'm going to hand this over to my boy, Aussie arm wrestler Jake.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with your winner, Coach Ray, Raimonds, Liepins. Ray, round 1. Caught everyone by surprise. We were losing it there in the commentary booth. What happened round 1?
First, I saw a lot of predictions at 4-1, so I thought I have to at least, make this. I heard he's very strong when he gets to his position, and that is absolutely right. Right? I wanted to test my top roll. I tested my hook. I tested my inside. I tested a lot of things in this match. Robbie is definitely strong. He will be, I think, my level very, very soon. He's very dedicated, and he's very serious about arm wrestling. I hope he didn't take the bad from this experience. I think he got the lesson, and that's what you have for calling me out.
Well, I'll tell you, he went full tilt there, and in the last round there, had a bit of stopping power about him. There's a bit of strength there.
Yeah, his bicep definitely hold the position. He got there, and I was surprised that it hold that well as he gets really close when he's close to finishing. So I wanted to test in round number 3 if I can stop him with my pronator, and I did that, won from that. Very happy for result. Happy to be back on table. Happy to perform here for you guys and everyone watching at home. I want to say, everyone in Latvia, paldies, ka skatījāties, paldies, ka atbalstījāt. Yeah, stay strong, love arm wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Coach Ray, Raimonds, Liepins.